What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub, and today we got two debuting players. First, we got Paul Oyama, who dominated in the fan leagues from, if I remember correctly, he's never lost, and he's taking on an actor who was recently on Collider Live. Seems like a real good and smart kid, and he's Meyer. Now, Brendan, like I said, real nice guy, but Paul is deadly, so I gotta go with him. But, let's get started.
Come in.
Hey!
Am I interrupting a photo shoot?
No, just my selfie.
Awesome. So, I don't know if you heard, but Emma is now the commissioner, which means she can no longer manage because it's a conflict of interests.
Right.
And I've got to say that during the free-for-all stuff when you managed me and Snyder, you are an amazing manager. You were really hands-on.
Thank you.
And especially in our last matches, you really kept us focused and did everything a really great manager should. And I'm without a manager now, so I was wondering if maybe, would you be interested in...
I would love to. I honestly was waiting. I wanted to steal you from Emma, but I know that you love her so much.
No, we just met with her. We all gave her our blessing. I mean, she should take it. That's,
yeah, absolutely.
Great. Awesome. Fantastic.
We have to get Snyder.
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Where is he?
I don't know, in the alley somewhere probably. I'll find him.
Vaping somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Awesome.
Yeah. New team.
You gotta love Roxy.
To be a part of it.
Before we get to the rookies here that are going to be on the desk at some point, Danielle, so excited to have you part of the league. We've been buddies for a long time. You're making your debut. Do you have any words of wisdom for either of our rookies that are going to be up there on the question desk?
I would say any advice I would give to these new rookies is, you got to bring your best when you're coming into the Schmoedown. I feel like everyone understands and respects the game. Make sure that you have respect for this game, and the game will love you back.
See, I would say write legibly. Now, let's talk about these two punk-ass whippersnappers that are going to try to come in here and steal some glory from the movie trivia Schmoedown. You got Brendan Meyer. Now, Brendan Meyer, lovable kid from Canada, very pinchable cheeks even into his adult years. He's been on TV. He's been in movies. We've seen him in shows like The OA. He was in JTE's favorite movie of all time, The Guest.
Also, he was in The Tooth Fairy with The Rock.
He was in The Tooth Fairy with The Rock?
He was in Tooth Fairy with The Rock. I do my research.
Well, I need to ask him about that. Now, Brendan Meyer, kind of an unknown, but he came in and was a big fan of the league, and so he watched a lot of it. He was begging the chairman for some sort of shot. They said, okay, kid, you got to be patient, wait your turn. He came in here, virtually every match we taped, he knew a lot of the answers, he was keeping score with himself, and he is ready for his shot. On the other side of the ledger, sitting in the favorite chair today, is going to be primetime Paul Oyama. Now, Paul, he also comes from a fan league. He thinks that he's even better than Chance Ellison, who made quite a splash coming from the fan league last year. We're calling up some kids to the major leagues here today, Danielle.
This is incredibly exciting. You have to take these fan leagues seriously, but it's a completely different game when you're here underneath the lights of the Schmoedown, so let's see how they do.
It's the white-hot, bright spotlight in our home studios here in Cincinnati, Ohio. So excited to welcome both these competitors. Let's see what each one had to say pre-game.
I'm here to play a little Schmoedown. So as some of you know, Chance Ellison was the first fan from the fan leagues to ever compete in the Schmoedown, but look, I've been grinding in the fan leagues for a long time, and I should have been the first person here. The only reason that he left is because he was scared we were about to play our first match against each other one-on-one, but he went running to the Schmoedown, and I went running right after. I am definitely known among all of my friends as that guy who knows way too much about movies, so I'm very excited to get the chance to finally put it on record and hopefully impress. And here I am. They got me going against an actor. I'm really excited. Oh, it's the kid from the Tooth Fairy? And yeah, there have been a lot of great actors who have competed in the league. Sam Levine is definitely someone that I would love to emulate. Potentially, if I can get into that situation, I can bring it home. But Under the Lights is a totally different story, so I'm excited to get the chance. I'm 17-0 lifetime, so, you know, I'm not really worried about the stage, about the event. I'm ready to make some noise in this league. All right, prime time. I know it's going to be a great match. I know you're going to come in hot. I know you're going to try to get in my head. If this wasn't something I didn't think I could be great at, I wouldn't be here. I would have stayed watching. So get ready. I'm ready to go.
Well, you see that because that's why they call him primetime, because the kid, I would say confident, very borderline cocky. What's your read on Paul? Is he getting a little too big for his britches already?
You know, I appreciate the confidence. I think that you have to be confident coming into this game, but you know, like I said earlier, you have to have respect for this game. You have to have respect for your competitors. Let's just hope that he can put his money where his mouth is.
And Brendan's such a nice kid. I would accept a newspaper thrown from him onto my front porch, but I think he knows a lot about movie trivia too, so we're about to get it on here in the studio. Before we get to that, let's talk about some all-time highlights from these two competitors. We don't have many, but like you said, Brendan's been in the Tooth Fairy, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty. I've never done a movie with The Rock.
I mean, look, Brendan has sat in a corner in the studio and answered a lot of questions right to himself, and primetime Paul Oyama, he does have a track record from the fan league, and I love that the fan leagues have become like AAA ball, where, yeah, maybe they're not in the majors yet, but they know how to play, they know the rules of engagement. He actually defeated Chance Ellison in a team match in the fan league, so we'll see what he can bring to the table here today. I am feeling pretty good about everything, Danielle. You're doing great so far. You ready to get this show on the road?
I'm ready.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! New season, same baby carrots Ellis. Introducing first. With a record of 0-0, hailing from the great Canadian north of the wall province of somewhere. You've seen him in shows like The OA, The Guest, and of course, The Tooth Fairy. Please welcome in his debut, Brendan the Kid Meyer. Like he just got done with church and he is happy to be off for the rest of his Sunday.
I appreciate someone bringing a pure attitude. Look at that wholesomeness.
I'm nothing if not pure, yes.
I want to throw him over my shoulder and burp him, but we have to get to a Schmoedown here. And his opponent, representing the fan leagues, with a record of 0-0, welcome to the stage, primetime Paul Oyama! He can't see his eyes. Paul is now up on the desk, as is Brendan. Gentlemen, you are making your debuts here in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. So on behalf of Danielle and everybody here involved with the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, welcome to the loser. Do not let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Paul, how are you feeling?
I'm excited to play Jason Mraz over here.
I do like that line a lot.
That's really great.
Yeah.
It's the hat.
Very cocky coming from him, but I gotta be honest, I wish I wrote that.
I mean, you know, a talented performer.
Brendan, you've been in the studio a number of times. How does it feel to be under the white hot spotlight now?
It feels awesome. It feels cool. Yeah, it's awesome. I've never seen the room from this angle before.
In round one, the field of competitors will hear 8 questions from 8 different movie categories. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 1. I will remind each competitor you have 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the match. If you didn't hear a question correctly, you need to buy yourself some time to write down the correct answer. Use a JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge. You didn't like a way a question was ruled, use your challenge. Paul and Brendan, please make sure to write down your answers legibly. And when we ask you to reveal your answer by name, please say your answer into the microphone. At the same time, you show the whiteboard to the camera and hold it up there long enough so Danielle and I can take a gander at it as well. Danielle, are you feeling ready?
I am feeling ready.
Brendan, you ready?
I'm ready.
Paul, you ready?
Set your clocks, prime time, baby.
And now it's time to say the line correctly. Let's get ready to Schmoedown! Off and running. Danielle will ask her first question in the movie Trivia Schmoedown in the category of
Action Adventure. Question number 1. Which rapper starred alongside Jennifer Lopez in Anaconda?
Are you a friend or foe of snakes?
I see you.
I'm friend to all living creatures.
Terrified
Great
of
and
snakes.
small.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Paul.
Ice Cube.
It is, in fact, Ice Cube. Does Brendan Meyer have it?
I had iced tea.
So close. I prefer that beverage, but
I was in there.
Brendan in an early 0-1 hole. We move on to your next question, and that is going to be the world of movie release dates. Movie release dates, and your question is, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets was released in what year? Favorite Harry Potter movie of all time?
That one?
Is it Chamber of Secrets?
No.
Oh, no.
I can't
Deathly
remember what
Hallows,
happened.
2.
5, 4, 3,
Watching Weasleys die.
2, 1. Fence down, we go to Brendan.
2002?
It was, in fact, 2002. Give him the point
I
that Paul
messed
had.
up. 03.
Okay. Find yourself one. Each competitor feeling each other out, licking some wounds early.
This is very even right now, and they are locked up.
They are really, they look a little nervous, but they're also answering questions correctly, so we're getting some momentum.
Shaking some of that nerves off. I appreciate that. Question number 3 in the category of animated. Jamie Bell, Andy Serkis, and Daniel Craig all lend their voice to what 2011 adventure film?
Need the full title here, gents. Jamie Bell, Andy Serkis, Daniel Craig. I'd ask you for Mary F. Kill, but now, we go to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down to Mr. Oyama.
The Adventures of Tintin.
It is The Adventures of Tintin. Did Brendan have it?
The Adventures of Tintin?
He had The Adventures of Tintin. There's some sort of subtitle with a unicorn in there. You got The Adventures of Tintin. They've only made one of them. We'll take it. Your next category, gents, comes from the world of Oscar movies, a potential strength for both competitors. Your query is, what Oscar-nominated 2014 film featured Benedict Cumberbatch and had a tagline, "Behind every code is an enigma"? It's an enigma wrapped in a riddle, wrapped in a mystery.
Edward E. Nigma.
Deep fried. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We go to Brendan first.
The Imitation Game.
It is The Imitation Game. Paul have it.
Imitation Game.
They're building some momentum now, Danielle. It is 3-3. We got good math on our hands.
It's like they're simpatico. They're learning each other's moves.
Finishing each other's whiteboards.
It's adorable. Your next category will be asked by Danielle, and it comes from the world of fantasy science fiction.
Who directed Blade Runner 2049?
Took me like 36 years to see the first Blade Runner.
Oh.
I dug it.
I don't know
glad
if
you got it right,
it's
too.
right, but
I've heard it's good.
Denis
Full record.
Villeneuve.
That's great. 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Paul.
Denis Villeneuve.
It is Denis Villeneuve.
Fellow Canadian, Denis Villeneuve.
There you go.
They have the pronunciation.
Right, you got the pronunciation right. Brendan just rubbing his free healthcare in all of our faces. Your next category comes from the world of comedies. Comedies. Your question is, who played Gretchen Wieners, the princess of toaster pastry, in Mean Girls? Mean Girls, an all-time classic in some people's eyes.
I'm a Heather's girl.
5,
Lacey
4. A little more bounce on
Chamber.
that one. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We go to Brendan.
Was it Amanda Seyfried?
It was not Amanda Seyfried.
I think I missed it too. Rachel Bilson.
We're looking for Lacey Chabert.
I was between the two.
Lacey
Party of
Chabert.
none.
Party of
none for this.
It is still 4-4 though, so it's anyone's game. Danielle, you have the next question from what category?
This next question is horror thriller. Sarah Michelle Gellar and Bill Pullman star in what 2004 horror film?
When I think of Bill Pullman, I think of one of two roles. I go to Lone Star
The
from
Grudge.
Spaceballs.
Yes.
And then obviously the president, the best president we've ever had. 5, 4,
my president.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We go to Paul.
Wait, there's The Grudge.
It was in fact The Grudge, and it looks like Brendan.
I didn't have that. I said Frailty, but that's Bill Paxton. So
That's a hell of a guess.
Paxton, Pullman, Paxton.
Fall down into a 5-4 hole. Crime Time has the lead over the kid, and we come to our last question in round number 1. And this is a Patreon question. The following question comes to you from Michael Campbell. Thank you, Michael, for supporting the show, and thanks to all of our patrons out there. Michael Campbell, he shares the name of Tom Petty, the Heartbreakers guitarist, also named Michael Campbell. Michael, your question is, well, this is y'all's question. Michael won it in the category of dramas, and it is Kirsten Dunst and Jay Hernandez star in this 2001 teen romance film. And you can start to feel the tension now. Competitors realizing, hey, we're through round 1. 5, 4, 3,
Crazy beautiful.
2, 1. Need pens down? What do you have, Brendan?
Save the Last Dance?
It is not Save the Last Dance.
That'd be Crazy Beautiful.
It is crazy. You even got the slash in there in the middle. It is crazy beautiful. And so in evenly played round 1, Paul comes late, and he is able to pull away from Brendan just slightly, 6-4. Neither one pitching a perfect round, so no need for a bonus question as we move right to round number 2. This is known as the wheel round, the wheel of fate, justice, and perhaps one competitor's doom. In round number 2, each competitor gets a spin at the mythological wheel that you probably read about in your Greek myth class.
It is scarier in person.
It is horrifyingly huge. It takes a lot to spin it. Please grab it from the side, not the pegs. And each category contains 4 questions from that particular world of movie trivia. If you spin that category, you're going to hear all 4 of those questions. Each question is worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question. However, if you do miss a question, keep in mind, opponents, you can steal in round number 2. If you're not sure of the answer, you don't have to guess right away. You can ask us to give you multiple choice, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1. And I want to give a huge shout out right now, Danielle, because this entire wheel has been sponsored by another one of our movie trivia Schmoedown patrons. That would be Jeremy Hastings. Give it up for Jeremy. Jeremy Hastings, longtime fan. He sponsored the entire wheel, but he wanted to make it known to us and to everybody out there that Jeremy is sponsoring this wheel on behalf of all Schmoedown reactors. So thank you, Jeremy, and thank you to all of the incredible Schmoedown reactors. Now, for your viewing enjoyment, Danielle and I are going to react to you for 2 seconds. Ready, go.
What?
And now we're back in the game. That was a hell of a job, Danielle. We should do trailer reactions together all the time. Paul Oyama, you are currently in the lead, so it is 6-4 in your favor. Would you like to spin first or defer to your opponent?
Be my guest, kid.
Okay.
I think I'm a little bit that confidence coming through.
That's right. You get a lead in round 1, you start to feel very confident. And Brendan Meyer, wait for that spin for a long time.
I feel split in the hand trying to get that wheel in it.
Round and
my head
round
is
it
complete.
goes. Brendan is going to spin. Is it going to be modern? It is going to be modern classics.
Fantastic.
He's a young. He's going to spin again.
Okay.
Spinning away. It's odd to see anybody spin away from a wheel slice to feature Dr. That's what he elected to do. Probably not. Is it going to be modern classics again or Festival Darlings? Festival Darlings. All right, Brendan is going to take Festival Darlings. Brendan, I will be administering the Festival Darlings questions to you, sir.
Okay.
Like we said, are you confident in your ability with Festival Darlings?
Well, I feel good about it, but I know it's a strength of his, so that's what I'm worried about. But I do feel good about my own abilities in it.
Was the Tooth Fairy ever in a film festival?
I got nothing.
Go with no one. All right. Your question, the first of 4. In Wes Anderson's film Moonrise Kingdom, who plays Scoutmaster Randy Ward?
Edward Norton.
Give him 2 points. Kid knows his darlings, Danielle. All right, your next question.
It's the best of confidence.
Once again, in the world of Festival Darlings, who played Detective David Tapp in 2004's Saw?
Danny Glover.
Donnie Wahlberg?
That is incorrect for the steal.
Danny Glover.
Prime time.
Danny Glover.
Bill Paxton. I got nothing.
It's not Bill Paxton looking for Danny Glover.
Oh.
Danny Glover. He's getting way too old
Very close.
for that shit. Okay. Very close. You're so encouraging up here on this desk. We need more people like you in the world. All right, Brennan, you're halfway through. You got one correct. You got 2 points to show for. You are currently tied with Primetime. Your next query is, the rural areas of what Midwestern state supplied the setting for 2010's Winter's Bone?
You said what state? Or the rule? Well, it's the Ozarks.
We need the state. Yes.
California.
That is incorrect.
Missouri.
It is Missouri.
No.
Oh, Oyama got it. So
I didn't know it was the geography trivia Schmoedown. I would have studied, No, it's my bad. It's my
Being
bad.
a Canadian doesn't work for you.
That's what I was thinking, is that it's the United States, but he grew up in Canada. Maybe he doesn't know Missouri as well. I don't know Missouri either, and I've lived here pretty much my whole life. Okay, so Paul, that's a huge steal. So now Brendan needs to get this one right without the multiple choice to tie Paul, although if you need it, we can provide that for you. Brendan, your last question is, what 90s film about a writer had the tagline, "Between heaven and hell, there's always Hollywood"? 90s movie.
Man.
You want to ask for multiple?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go multiple on this one.
All right. Is it A, Trumbo, B, Adaptation, C, Barton Fink, or D, The Ghostwriter?
Yeah, Barton Fink.
It is Barton Fink for 1 point. So, lucky performance by Brendan Meyer. It wasn't a category he felt particularly good about, but he brought his A game to it. He managed to get 3 points for the primetime with the big steal. That steal could come back to haunt Brendan Meyer.
Absolutely, but with that face, is anything haunting?
He sees dead people. Okay, Primetime, it's your turn to spin. Head on up there. This is Primetime's first spin. He's been waiting for this a long time.
That's a very confident spin. That is a man who believes he can control the wheel.
Sean. Yeah. Yo, Sean, I'm doing my Schmoedown reaction.
Yo, you there?
Hey, I'm doing my Schmoedown reaction. I'll call you back soon, alright?
Yo, Woodburn.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Sean. Sean.
You there?
Sean, can you hear me?
Yo.
Sean, can you hear me? Oy.
Can he, in fact, do it? It is going to land on director. He's walking right back. He is going to take director.
No hesitation.
He is feeling good about directors. All right. Like Brendan had, probably going to get 4 questions in this round. Danielle will be administering them, and I'm going to pull up the D word right now.
Question 1. Who wrote and directed The Shawshank Redemption? Who wrote and directed The Shawshank Redemption?
It's, shit. Did The Green Mile, too. Creator of Walking Dead. The hell's his name? forget his name. I can't remember his name.
5.
I need multiple
4,
choice.
3.
Frank Darabont.
Frank Darabont.
That is correct for 2 points. Nailed it. 10-7. Oyama with a 3-point lead now after his first question.
Question 2. Which film marked David Lynch's feature film directorial
Eraserhead.
debut? Wow.
Okay. Not letting the lady finish the question, but he did get it right for 2 points. And
Why
now
are
all
you
of a sudden,
silencing women?
it's a okay.
Jokes.
Don't put that juju on me.
That was amazing. Took my breath away.
Right.
Number 3. Who directed 2017's biographical war drama Darkest Hour?
Joe Bright.
The kid knows his directors.
He is steamrolling right.
Worth a good start here. He is not missed yet.
We
for
are
a
seeing
perfect
something
round.
very special.
It could be something special for a long time.
Number 4. The screenplay for Rambo First Blood Part 2 was written by Sylvester Stallone and which other famous director?
James Cameron. James Cameron. James Cameron.
Go to 5.
I'm gonna go multiple on that.
4.
Is it A, Tony Scott, B, James Cameron, C, Oliver Stone, or D, Francis Ford Coppola?
Cameron.
I'm gonna say Coppola.
That is incorrect, Brendan, for the steal.
Let's see the first 3 again.
We can repeat that for you.
Thanks.
Give him the options one more time, if you would, Danielle.
A, Tony Scott, B, James Cameron, C, Oliver Stone, or D, Francis Ford Coppola?
Oliver Stone? Now.
Incorrect. He could have used the point, but he did not get it. It is James Cameron. James Cameron, his friends call him Jim. I call him the guy making a lot of Avatar movies. And now it is 14-7. Paul Oyama, a very impressive round number 2. Danielle, he spun directors and was already walking back to his chair by the time the wheels settled. I think he lived up to his billing of primetime in round number 2.
He is doing a fantastic job. What an amazing debut and a great call-up.
But
I
Brendan-
love watching newbies do such a
Still
great
in the
job.
game. Brendan
Still
is
in the
hanging
game.
in there, and now we go on to round 3. This
Right
round
here, you know.
will determine
Not how much longer you are.
in
Wow.
round number 3. Each competitor is going to give us a series of numbers. We need 3 numbers from you. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different question series up here at the answer desk. Each question is worth a different point value. The first question you hear is worth 2 points. Your next one is 3 points. And your last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 big points. There is no stealing in round number 3. Go to you first, Paul, for your numbers, because you are currently enjoying a 7-point advantage.
8, 17, and 3.
All right, 8, 17, and 3. And Brendan, when you are ready, I will accept your numbers as well.
1, 9, and 4.
1, 9, and 4. Okay, Brendan, I'll be asking you your questions. Paul, you're going to hear your questions from Danielle. But before we get to Paul's questions, Brendan has some
If we
points
get to Paul's question.
to get here. All right, Brendan, you trail by 7. How's it been so far in your Schmoedown debut?
It's been pretty good.
Thank you.
Didn't go quite how I imagined in my head, but, I'm here. I'm totally doing well.
You've handled yourself very well, sir. And now you're in round 3. Your first question in the world of thrillers. These are thrillers for 2 points. Your question is, who directed Prisoners?
Oh.
Denis Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve?
The same guy. The same guy. All right, got lucky with the Canadian question.
Looks like
All
you keep
right.
hitting them with the Canada facts.
That's right. As long as it doesn't happen in Missouri, Brendan is good to go. Okay,
Don't
Brendan.
ask me where Prisoners took place, okay?
Your next question for 3 points, and it is going to be in the world of Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise films. And your question is, who is Tom Cruise's co-lead, Malcolm Beach, in Oblivion?
Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman.
His Morgan Freeman?
It is Morgan Freeman for 3 points. And all of a sudden, Meyer finds himself in the unlikeliest of situations. If he gets his 5-pointer correct, he's going to force Primetime to answer some questions himself. If he does not, then Primetime in his debut will have had a technical knockout, having not had to answer a question in round number 3.
No pressure, kid.
You selected number 4 for your 5-pointer. And Brendan, it might have been a fortuitous selection because I'm pretty sure you were alive in this decade. This is from the land of the 2010s.
I was very
That's when
coherent
the
for
Tooth Fairy
all of
came
it,
out.
actually, as well.
2010s. The Tooth Fairy came out.
Tooth Fairy facts.
All right, and your question is, in 2014's comedy hit Neighbors, who plays the college dean Carol Gladstone?
Lisa Kudrow?
Yes! We have a new lead. That is Brendan Meyer now takes a 3-point advantage. She got all 3 correct in round 3. Stepping up to the plate when he needed it the most. And now Danielle, it's going to be Primetime's turn to answer.
Yeah, we got your questions after all, huh?
A little bit of that cockiness to you. Look at that. That's like watching a
I think
baby
wait till
curse. It
I finish
feels
before you start
weird,
talking about it.
but also good.
Okay, Primetime.
I'll take the shot. I'm probably going to lose, so I feel like that. I got to take the moral victory.
Primetime, your 2-point question is going to come from the world of 90s movies and will be administered by Miss Radford.
Who plays Walter Sobchak in The Big Lebowski?
That
John Goodman.
John Goodman.
Give him 2 points, and now he's got 2 questions to answer. He only needs to get one of them right, and he will move on.
The pressure is on.
Okay, Paul. It's going to come from number 17, was your next pick for 3 points, and that is going to come from the world of Judd Apatow movies.
Who played the eBay customer and 40-year-old virgin who wants to buy boots with
Jonah
goldfish
Hill.
in them?
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
And your winner! Advancing to record of 1 and 0, Primetime, Paul Oyama! Paul Oyama, he saw he conquered a very game effort by Brendan Meyer. Hats off to him. He did his entire country proud for sure here today, Danielle. But let's talk about Primetime. He came in with some confidence. I think now he is officially cocky.
At this point, I do not see him going any more humble. It turns out when you have a fantastic debut, as both of these gentlemen have, that can be something that you take home with you.
Yeah,
so I just don't see...
If you're victorious in the movie Trivia Schmoedown, does not tend to make one more humble.
More
It
humble,
only goes the other way. Well, we are now going to hear from both the winner and the loser in an exclusive interview. Take it away.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Emma Fife, your Team and Inner Geekdom League Commissioner, here with the victorious Paul Oyama. Now, Paul, how are you feeling after your match today?
Look, Emma, I told you so. You know, people were questioning how I would play in this league, and
Sure.
you're too young and blah 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 blah. But I wasn't too young to answer those questions, and I'm not too young to steamroll through whoever's next.
I mean, listen, it's definitely a little bit different. Obviously, you are undefeated in the Fan League, and now thus far undefeated in the actual Movie Trivia Schmoedown League. But it is definitely different playing at home and playing under the lights. Would you agree? Just getting some nods here.
I mean, kinda.
Okay.
There are questions about movie trivia. You could ask me about them in the middle of a lake, and I would still win. So it doesn't really matter to me.
Great. Well, I mean, you know, in that first round, you guys were neck and neck, and then it was in the second round that you really shined there. Were you thrilled with the director's category? I mean, you kind of just spun the wheel and walked away, continuing this trend of a very, very confident attitude.
That's the word, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say I was thrilled specifically with directors. I mean, I'm just thrilled with the movie trivia category. It doesn't really matter what the category is. I think I'm perfectly fine with whatever I roll with.
Sure. Great. Excellent. Well, again, you now remain with an undefeated record across the board, be it in the Fan League or in the actual league. So what's your plan going forward?
I mean, whoever's on the warpath, you know, and there's all these old dogs walking around talking about they got so much experience and so many wins, and you know, you got Dan Merle and Irwin and Roca and all these guys, and their time's up.
So you're saying that they're old?
I mean, we know they're old, but I'm saying they're old and about to lose. That's my point.
Okay. So let's take a moment to talk about Chance Ellison.
Oh, is that the little weak dog I saw limping on the side of the highway
Wow,
over there?
you really just think everyone is a dog.
I mean, specifically him. He's 0-2. I mean, is he relevant to me? I mean, if I gotta play him, I'll play him. He's been running for me long enough. But yeah, if we play, I mean, I feel bad. I might have to send him back to little Mikey over there and his sheep.
Wow, those are some strong words from someone who I think maybe you were friends with at some point. You both came from the fan league. I don't know. As we've seen here in the Schmoedown, there's really no loyalty amongst friends. Well, congratulations again, Paul, on your win today. I look forward to seeing what you do in the future. I think we'll be right back. And we are back with Brendan, the kid Meyer. Brendan, it just didn't quite work out for you today. I mean, listen, I think it was a little harsh considering that there was a very specific question about the geography of the United States.
I am not. I know. So. I'm glad that wasn't on my green card application. So that was good.
Now, Brendan, you did great in round one. You were really, you and Paul were going toe-to-toe, and then round two came around, and you just played a little too aggressively.
Yeah, I felt actually good about the first round. I mean, to be honest, 4 is a little bit low. I think I usually am about 5 or 6. Yeah. So I felt great about being only 2 back of him with 4. I really thought, if you would have told me before 4, I would have thought I would be a little bit further behind him. So I felt pretty good about that. Too bad about that Mean Girls one, because I kind of went back and forth. I did actually think about Lacey Chabert. That was my other one. The second round, I think I just kind of played a little too, aggressive. But a lot of those questions, there really weren't a lot that I knew. I knew there were Norton one, but I think the biggest mistake I made was just not going multiple on that Ozarks one.
It can be something that is hard to remember, I think, when you first start playing in a Schmoedown, that in round 2 you do have that multiple choice option.
Oh, totally. But for some reason, and I have no idea why, but California and Ozarks were like joined together in my head. And
guess you didn't read a lot of Little House on the Prairie books growing up, so you didn't know where the Ozarks were.
Yeah, but I was even having a blast, and after the second round, I had so many strengths on that wheel and couldn't get any of them. There's so many things on there I feel good about. And
do you regret spinning away from Modern Classics?
I don't. No, not really, because I would say that I feel similar about Modern Classics and Festival Darlings. They were just, I guess I necessarily don't want to say necessarily what they are.
No, you gotta keep your secrets,
but there are definitely 3 other categories in that wheel that I would have been thrilled to have had instead. So I was kind of going for those, and then I was still having a great time though. Yeah. I was having so much fun and so happy with how the third round
yeah,
so
absolutely. I mean, listen, the Canadians came through for you there.
Yes, there was something going on there. Yeah, look, I'm so happy that I avoided the knockout. I think that I feel pretty good about 17, honestly. Okay about that. I don't think it's enough to beat someone like Paul. I don't think that's enough, but I think I can do better than that, and I'm happy with that for a first round.
Yeah, I think you can definitely leave here today with your head held high, and obviously you have a great attitude. You played great up there, and everybody just fell in love with you, so...
Yeah, I had a lot of fun, and like I said, I'm so happy with how the third round went, but I was even having a great time in the second round when I knew that I was not going the way I wanted and that I could have done so much better, so overall I'm very happy with how it went.
Listen, that is a great attitude to have. That is the kind of attitude we want in teams and in geekdom. If you have any interest in playing in those leagues, I, as the commissioner, would love to have you. But
doing teams would be a real thrill for me. Inner geekdom, I think, would be a disaster. But that would be
Listen, you can
bad.
study, you can make binders with infographics. I'm looking at you, Mike Kalinowski. Really fantastic job today, and we hope to see you again in the Schmoedown in some capacity.
I really appreciate the opportunity, and I hope I get another chance.
Well, thank you so much, Brendan. Good job today.
Thanks.
And now back to you, Mark and Danielle.
All right, well, Danielle, you see that wonderful interview by Emma Fife. We're watching Paul Oyama, and Primetime is pretty much challenging everyone in the league, but particularly Chance Ellison, his old fan league enemy.
This is definitely personal. They have brought this beef up through their call-ups. I'm excited to see what happens.
And then Brendan Meyer, look, I root for the kid. He's such a nice guy, and I think he's going to be back in the face of a lot of confidence from Paul, a lot of knowledge from Paul. I think Brendan held up okay, and I look forward to seeing more from him as well.
Many other competitors would have been intimidated having faced that much, let's be frank, arrogance and cockiness on their first match, but he brought it very spectacularly while keeping it pretty darn wholesome.
Well, we welcome 2 new competitors into the league, and how about another hand for Danielle Radford making her debut on the answer desk. Hope to have a whole lot more of you in the league this year. Such a great debut. Thank you so much for joining us. Really quick, where can all the kids out there follow you on the social media?
You can find me on Twitter at Danielle Radford. You can find me on Instagram at Danielle_Radford. Someone else got there first. It's terrible. If you like, I have a Patreon where we do things like live chat wrestling. I'm a huge wrestling fan, so you can also find me on my podcast Tights and Fights, where I discuss wrestling weekly.
If you're a wrestling fan, you probably are a Schmoedown fan. And on the subject of Schmoedown, you can check out our website, triviasd.com. Schmoedown.com. That's where you go for all the latest information for future live events. You can get tickets that way. And check out our movie trivia Schmoedown Patreon today. You heard us talk about patrons here. Check out which tier is right for you. We are so happy to have you in the Schmoes Know family. Now the movie trivia Schmoedown channel on YouTube. Subscribe right here and never miss another Schmoedown match. For Danielle Radford and Christian Harloff, I am Mark Baby Carrots Ellis, and we'll see you real soon around the movie trivia Schmoedown.
Dear E7, question mark?
John, hey man. Brought it back. Right? I only got 2 words to say to you. Congratulations, Jim. I brought it home. You did, man. You were incredible. What an awesome match. What do you think? Go back and forth. Going down to the last question.
So much fun.
When he went up in you for 1 point, 1 1/3 of the 5th round, I thought for sure it was over, and you found a way back, brother.
Got revenge. Got revenge and brought it home.
What's up?
Congratulations, champ.
Well done.
Hell of a match. Hell of a match.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was good stuff. Good stuff. And you, congratulations on McQueenie.
Thank you.
Dude, I thought you were done in that second round. You were finished. You got that steal, came back and won. That's what horsemen do. We never stay down too long. We never give up.
That's right.
Fight. That's right. Fight to win.
Fight. I kept calm. Great win, man. We're down 2, but we're bringing the belts. We're bringing all the belts back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and about that. Okay. Hear me out. We're thinking a lot about a horseman.
Oh.
And,
Me too. We're only there. We're
It's
down.
not the way. Notice we're gone, right?
Let's dance off of this thing.
I've been thinking a lot about it.
Yeah.
And, hear me out. All right?
What you got, man?
Yeah. I'm thinking, Bateman. Okay, now listen. Hear me out. I've been playing with him. He's a good guy. He respects the league now. And I think he'd make a great horse start.
What's wrong with you? Suggesting Bateman? You see the history I've gone through with those guys? You want to suggest Bateman? Well, I gotta question your dedication to horsemen. Your dedication to me as a friend. Oh, come on. Bateman, you're out of your mind. You're crazy.
It's tough stuff. It's a tough stuff. I'll talk. I went over now.
Well, damn good match. Brendan, he wasn't no joke. He came to play, but in the end, Paul, he did what he's always done. He took over. Second round was where he really pulled ahead. He had to answer a couple questions in round 3. Because Brendan did put the pressure on him. But, yes, great start to Paul's career. Can't wait. Fingers crossed that him and Chance face off soon. That'll be a hell of a match. But, yeah. And, it was great seeing, well, great meeting Danielle. She was really good on the desk. Good. So, welcome to the Schmoedown, Danielle, if you happen to watch this. If you like my reactions, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, ChrisWoodburn83, Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. And if you do Schmoedown reactions, trailer reactions, come join the MTS Fame Reaction League on Facebook. It's a lot of fun. Also, each and every Sunday, you should watch Schmoedown All Access with Caleb Boatman, Haven Pendergast, James Shimo, and whoever else they got appearing on the show. They do a kick-ass job every Sunday. I think at like 3 or 4 o'clock Eastern. But, yeah, go check them out. But until next time, it's your boy C-Dub. Peace.